everybody. It's Jason Jones with Community Insurance Partners. Thank you all for coming this morning and being in the training. This is our annual trainings that we do every year. This is the very first one of the month. This is our January training. And I wanted to lead this one because we're talking about mastering Medicare sales. Really didn't want to look at it from a Medicare sales standpoint, but more in a way of what you need to do for the year, kind of how you can reset your business and reset your strategy for the entire year. So this is a key strategy for success. And kind of I went through some of the things that I felt like were important for you to be aware of, for you to know about, and just ways in which you could look at how to set up your year. So let's get started. All right, first thing with setting any kind of planning or any kind of decision that you're going to make for the year is to set clear goals. You need to develop a marketing plan. And for anybody who doesn't have a marketing plan, we will actually help you do a marketing plan. We'll help you build a marketing plan. We'll help you design a marketing plan and get one in. And your marketing plan doesn't have to be a long-range marketing plan. Your marketing plan doesn't have to be something that is a 5-year out plan. Your marketing plan can be something that is really designed to really take you through the 6 months or 9 months or 12 months or 2 years. I mean, it can be to the extent of how far you want it out, but developing a plan and having a plan in place and knowing how you're getting somewhere. I took a trip to Dallas back about 2 months ago, and when I was going out there, I set the GPS programming so that I could know exactly how to get there. And it programmed me, let me know what turns to make, what interstates to take, and what intersections to kind of get off on. So having the knowledge and having the ability to plan out where you're going is just extremely helpful in designing and doing the right things and being strategic in how you're planning it. Keep it simple, reasonable, and achievable. So when you're setting your marketing plan, make it a simple marketing plan. Don't make it a complex marketing plan that has so many different just things that are inside of it that make it difficult to complete. Set your marketing plan in an easy way. And again, we have the formats for being able to do that. And truly, I mean, most all of the different plans we work with have formats for developing a marketing plan. Sometimes your marketing plan can be based on income goals. You know, what is your goal? Is it establishing income goals based on commission rates, renewal income? So when you're looking at an income goal, you know, what type of income do I want to be able to make on an annual basis, on a monthly basis? What does that need to be? And how do I determine the production that is needed to be able to get to that income goal? And then, of course, in our industry, we count renewals. So looking at what kind of renewal track I want. How much do I want in renewals to be able to help me reach this income goal that I want to get to? Setting the income goals help you in tracking progress. It helps you stay motivated because you're able to look and see where your income is and where you're wanting to be, and it will keep you motivated into knowing where you want to go. So income goals is a great way in developing that marketing plan of kind of learning how to set up your roadmap for success. Sales targets. So a lot of people don't like to think about sales targets, but sales targets are fundamental inside of your marketing plan because you need a way to evaluate it, and we evaluate most of what we do through sales targets. So aim to sell specific numbers of Medicare policies or ancillary policies. You know, one of the things I do here in the office quite often is I tell people that, you know, 15 is our goal. 15 is our monthly goal of Medicare-specific products, the MAPD or the MedSup. And I want them to sell the 15 products, and then I'll have a certain number of ancillary things. And that's how we kind of develop our sales targets. You should have a sales target too. It may not be 15, it may be 5. It may be 25, but make it more realistic. And 15 is what I've seemed to think for people that are really focused on this is a really good realistic target to be able to move toward. Know your policy. An example of that, 10 new policies a month and 5 ancillary products. You know, having that, what does that produce for you in income? What is the income level for that? And that's how you can kind of determine, you know, where your sales target needs to be if it's based upon, you know, making a certain amount of income. One of the things that we pride ourselves here in the office on is not necessarily basing it on the income, but on the lives that touched. So I look at it as a focus point. I want to touch so many lives a month, so many lives a year, and so many lives over the tenure of my opportunity to work at this office. So that's kind of how we set out our sales targets. Managing and retaining. You know, I look at it that you should be able to have 100 renewal growth each year. You're trying to grow just from a starting standpoint that you're growing at least 100 policies a year. And if you were growing 100 policies a year, you're writing a little bit less than 10 a month, which is certainly less than my 15 I was saying earlier. But if you're managing 100 a year, then in 5 years you have a 500 book of business that you've written. So you have 500 members' lives that you have renewals on. It's just important. However you want to look at that, setting some sales targets, it kind of keeps you accountable to where you're at, keeps you accountable to what you've done, and keeps you accountable to moving forward in this world of Medicare. Understanding the key enrollment periods. So as we start the first of the year, I think it's important for you to know the main 3 key enrollment periods, which is going to be your AEP, your OEP, and your SEP. Or actually, as we start the year, we'd really phrase it in OEP, which is the time period we're in right now, which is the time for people that have Medicare, that Medicare Advantage plans, to go ahead and make a change over in their Medicare plan that they have. Not something you can advertise, but something you certainly need to be aware of and you need to be able to work within. And it helps you talk to your new and existing customers and helps generate client frustrations with situations. It helps looking at those type of things and be able to drive new business from it and retain your old business. So OEP is a very important time period and a very important enrollment time period, and something that everybody should be at least aware of and utilize as you're going through. Special enrollment period, which is the things that happen throughout the entire year, but it's a huge time. There's various different special enrollment periods, and you all know the different enrollment periods that are there. But use these to benefit ways in which you can find opportunities, where you can open up opportunities. Whether you're focusing in the dual market, use that as your way in which you market. If you're in your marketing plans and in your setup for how you are going to build a marketing plan. If dual is what you want to focus on, that you're actually doing some of the dual work and you're working in that area. And then if you're looking at other types of enrollments, if it's an employer loss of coverage, then maybe you're wanting to work with companies and you're wanting to market into the different companies. How you get enrollments through special enrollment cover and through the special enrollment period is by marketing in those different agencies. So it would make sense that if I was wanting to really put some focus on people that were losing their coverage or people that were retiring and those different types of people there, then I would market to multiple big employers that had people that were of that age range that would be moving out. And, of course, then annual enrollment period. And I think and that's, of course, the big time that everybody remembers. That's the October 15th through December 7th, and we just got through with one just recently. I would say the most important thing about the annual enrollment period that most people don't recognize is the time frame. Most people think of it as October 15th through December 7th, but I would disagree with that. I would say the annual enrollment period starts on December 8th, not even January 1st, December 8th, and runs all the way through to October 14th, because you're building your strategy, you're building your opportunities for people that are going to be making a change during the annual enrollment period. And if you haven't built strategies and built your marketing plans and built your things to move you toward the annual enrollment period, it's going to be kind of a little bit of a bust. So you want to make sure that you understand the enrollment periods and you're building your marketing around these enrollment periods. And the next one would be stay updated on Medicare changes. So we all saw last year all the different changes that came through, and really every year you see multiple changes. As you have different administrations come into government, you have different changes that occur. And a lot of these changes are years in advance, and if you read the Federal Register, you can kind of see the different proposals that are being made, but you need to be aware. You need to be involved with someone who can keep you abreast, or you need to stay abreast of the different changes that are coming in, whether it's regulatory updates, which these are dealing with the Medicare policies, premiums, and benefits, and understanding that regulatory aspect of it, or if it's staying updated on Medicare changes through your certifications. Are you trained and certified for the products your clients need? Are you taking the opportunity throughout the year to increase your portfolio by adding another Medicare plan or adding an ancillary type product? or going back and I had an issue with understanding this concept. Dual products is something that can be very difficult for people to grasp and understand because of the complexity of incorporating Medicare and Medicaid. Well, this part of the year is a great time to go back through the certification. Just because you've completed the certification and you finished the certification doesn't mean you can't go back into the certification and try to relearn it a little bit better the next time. Sometimes I'll read a book 2 or 3 times, and I think that's great to read the book multiple times because you're going to get different things out of it each time. So continue to certify, continue to learn is just one of our biggest opportunities we have for anyone. Now, are there additional products you can and should be discussing with your clients? Are you familiar with indemnity plans? With the big rollout we had this past year with the Cigna plans that we had, the Part B give back, that's a great opportunity to be able to encourage and to be able to talk about hospital indemnity plans because people will have additional resources to be able to use toward these indemnity plans. Are we bundling these kind of things together? Are you familiar with that? Have you done the certifications and the training, which is not a certification for it, but have you contracted for it? Have you looked at how to sell it? Have you looked at the various ways to be able to get in front of people? You looked at objections. You looked at how to approach people. All of these kind of things are the training pieces that you need to put in place with your understanding now as opposed to waiting for the very end of the year. So I just really encourage you to take advantage of that. Develop and building your unique marketing strategy. So as you know, here in our office, we have a very unique strategy of provider offices. There are other people that do provider offices. We're not unique in the fact that we do that, but we are unique in the fact that we're consistently doing that. And we have consistently been doing that for 15 years. And that is embedding ourselves inside of the centers of culture of the medical community, and especially the medical community that deals with Medicare, and really kind of engaging those provider offices and engaging them year over year over year. So you need to figure out what your unique strategy is, whether that is utilizing social media, email campaigns, or professional websites, reaching your clients. I don't think you have to be 100% unique in that. Most of the companies provide you with tremendous amounts of data that you can use to be able to have a basic presence on Facebook, a basic presence on all different social media channels, and gives you, the opportunities for your email distributions. And oftentimes they'll give you even people to be able to distribute to. But being able to just do it with the people that that you have is a wonderful way to jump into the digital aspect. One of the things I talk about often, we have a podcast here at the office. I would encourage you all, if you have providers that you're having a hard time getting into, offer them the opportunity to come and market through our podcast, to be able to come in and sit down for the interview with us, and you be the showrunner. We'll walk you through the process of how that helps you build a relationship with that partner. And it's a service that we offer. It's something that we do that only benefits you. Our internal team use that, and they use it to build and establish and create and gain a bigger relationship opportunity with their provider group. So I encourage you to also take advantage of that. If you have any questions, call me directly. Call John, and either one of us can help walk you through the stages for that to be able to do the things you need to do in order to get your provider on a podcast. Community engagement, another wonderful way. So there are all kinds of local events that go on. There's local events we know about. There's local events we don't know about. Getting involved in local events, health fairs, connecting with beneficiaries in the area, fundamental in building your marketing strategy. Doing unique things at these different locations instead of just standing there and offering Medicare advice, but maybe offering assistance in being able to help understand certain aspects of things that other people are neglecting. So look at what things do people have questions about. Set up seminars in local libraries or local establishments where people come to, and be able to put on these different seminars. We'll show you how to do it compliantly, and we'll walk you through the steps. But I think most people steer away from it because you may not have immediate success, but the success you'll have down the road, it can be tremendous. Volunteer, serving community groups that work with seniors. So many people, in this room, and so many people work specifically with food pantries, churches, and different types of entities. These are the community. This is the community that you should be engaging and working directly with. So I really encourage you all to do that. Client relationship management. Fundamental aspect of working your business and understanding your business is to have a management system or something where you are having a interaction with your clients. And I have the information listed up here on the screen for y'all to look at, but whether it's Medicare Center, which is a free service that you can use through our upline, whether it's Agency Block, a customer retention model that we use specifically here in the office and many of our agents use as their platform that they have, or even Zoho, which was a service that I was able to get at no cost, and then it was very low cost to be able to manage my customers, to be able to manage what's going on with them, know when their birthdays are coming up. I'm not going to know when 1,000 people's birthdays are just going to happen. I can't even remember my own family's birthdays, let alone all the clients that I have. But reaching out and telling them happy birthday is a great relationship aspect, and reaching out with them and talking to them about AEPs coming up, reaching out and telling them this hospital is now out of network. This is how you grow and maintain client relationships. Following up. Follow it, just something as simple as following up with your clients to ensure their needs are met. We have a huge campaign going on right now with our office for the people that we wrote in the office and doing a follow-up check behind. Hey, you started out the year, everything went through. How was our office? How was the service we provided? Did you get the things that you wanted out of this? Just being proactive and following up with them. Yes, will that sometimes generate issues? Absolutely. Should you be working with those issues? Absolutely. It shouldn't be you write them and then you hope they don't ever call you back. Encourage them, follow up with them, want to talk with them, and develop a relationship with your client. Your client's going to be your best resource for leads throughout the entire year. So follow up, education of clients. This kind of goes back to that marketing in the library I talked about earlier. Educating clients about their additional benefits. Help them understand how to access those benefits. Verify they're getting the most out of their health plan. Verify that they're getting to use the different additional benefits that are available for them. Client relationships, relating to your clients, working with your clients. It's something that most people take for granted, but they really need to utilize, because that is a huge source of opportunity for you and helps you learn. Leveraging technology. This kind of goes into the client management portion, because you need to be able to understand how to use CRM systems, but also leverage technology and understanding CRMs, understand product sales systems. Using that CRM system through, whether it's Medicare Center or Agency Block. Medicare Center actually does the sales system as well. Agency Block doesn't do a sales system, but using and understanding that system can take and shave so many hours of work and grind off of your daily responsibilities, because that kind of system is often generated with AI, and it helps you proactively know when things are happening and help you realize the different types of products that are available. Moving to a computer. I have a few people that still do regular paper apps. Nothing wrong with paper apps on most things, but when you're doing electronic apps, it really prevents you from making mistakes. If you're concerned about making mistakes, the electronic apps really help you make sure you're managing those so much better. So utilizing and understanding the technology that we have available at our fingertips, that oftentimes is free for us to use, is very important. A key consideration that I really think that I want to point out that you need to know: if you don't embrace technology, it will replace you. And that is an absolute truth. If you're not embracing the technology that is available, that technology will eventually replace you. So embrace it. I encourage you, I urge you to embrace the technology. Quoting tools. You need to take advantage of all these different quoting tools. They help you more realistically and quickly and rapidly be able to make a quote with someone, to help them, whether that's a supplemental quote, whether that's a life quote, an indemnity quote. Using these quoting tools and understanding how they work, and understanding how to get into them and do it on a regular, fast basis is a very important thing to be aware of and to do. I think I wrote my key consideration in here twice, because I think it's so important. I wrote it in the top, and then I wrote it down in the bottom again. If you don't embrace technology, it will replace you. So it's so important, I wrote it in my presentation twice. Monitoring performance. It's great to do a good job, but how do you know you did a good job? How do you know that you actually did something that you might be able to look at your income, but what if you're really losing and you're replacing, you're just maintaining that one thing? How do you know that you're doing something well? I think you should review your metrics. I think you should regularly review sales metrics and client feedback to identify areas of improvement, identify areas where you can improve, identify things that you can do better. Evaluation is a key to maintaining focus throughout the entire year. If you're constantly this month evaluating how you did last month, when you set that up in your marketing plan, do you have a 6-month window that you're going to be able to go back and look at the data of what was sold, what was retained, what you did during that time frame? That's how you review your metrics. And it's a key to focusing on your marketing throughout the entire year and staying focused on your business. Adjusting your strategies. The greatest thing about all of us being independent contractors is we can be flexible. We can adjust our strategies based on performance, data, and market trends. We have the ability to move and go in different directions, and you need to be flexible. You don't need to be rigid in what you're doing in this industry. Ask for accountability. We have in our office dedicated people that will help you achieve your goals. Whatever your goals are, we will help you achieve them. We'll help you understand how to get to those goals. We'll help you build that marketing plan to get to those goals. If you set them and you're willing to be committed, we're willing to help you make sure you get there. And that is something that will help you in the long run and will help you maintain your focus throughout the entire year. And my last screen is our conclusion. I kind of went through the different points of setting, clear goals, understanding the enrollment periods, staying updated on the changes, developing your marketing strategy, being familiar with client relationship management, and using the technology that is available to you to be able to do those kind of things and monitoring your performance. I think those, summed up, are the most fundamental things you need to do for the entire year. Thank you all for your time. I appreciate all y'all joining online. And again, I'm Jason Jones with Community Insurance Partners. If there's anything we can do to help you, please give us a call. Thank you.